Let us discuss today's important current affairs. In a retaliatory move, Pakistan have suspended Shimla Agreement 1972. Shimla Agreement was made after 1971 Indo-Pak War, and in December 1971 Bangladesh got liberated. You all know that. So after this Bangladesh liberation, that is Indo-Pak War, Pakistan at that time alleged that India involved in the liberation of Bangladesh. India supported Bangladesh. So Pakistan attacked India. India retaliated in 1971. And in 1972, Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi, and President of Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, signed an agreement called Shimla Agreement. In that agreement, the core point is the CFL, ceasefire line, is declared as line of control. The concept of line of control, LOC, have started from Shimla Agreement. And both the nations agreed in Shimla Agreement that the issue will be resolved by a peaceful bilateral resolution rather than involving third party for negotiations. So, third parties will not be involved in between India and Pakistan with respect to Kashmir issue, and agreed on LOC, status quo, line of control. Now, Pakistan, in a retaliatory move, as India have imposed certain sanctions on Pakistan with respect to halting of Indus Water Treaty and other things, Pakistan now suspended Shimla Agreement. And it is not going to affect India much. It's not going to affect India much. So, with the suspension of Shimla Agreement, either parties can move anywhere in Kashmir. And now India can completely reoccupy POK, because Pakistan itself suspended the Shimla Agreement. Second thing, in Shimla Agreement, the issues should be resolved bilaterally. But the thing is now, if the Shimla Agreement is suspended, third parties can be invited to resolve the issues like UN, like OSCE, and like America, any other countries. So this is the thing that is coming up. Along with Shimla Agreement, Pakistan also have done various measures. Reduction of diplomatic personnel, cancellation of SAARC visa exemption scheme for Indians. India cancelled SAARC visa exemption scheme for Pakistanis. Now, Pakistan cancelled the SAARC visa exemption scheme for Indians. India's military attaches have been declared as persona non grata. Even Pakistan declared them as persona non grata. I told you, persona non grata means the person who is a diplomat will not carry any diplomatic immunities anymore in that country, diplomatic privileges anymore in that country. Closure of Attari-Wagah border for trade. Closure of Attari-Wagah border for trade. Pakistan's closure of exports to India may hit Indian aviation industry. So now Indian aviation industry have to take longer routes. They have to take certain flights, have to take longer routes. Coming back, today, that is April 25th, is World Malaria Day. Today, that is April 25th, is World Malaria Day. World Malaria Day, observed annually on April 25th, is a global initiative aimed at raising awareness about the life-threatening disease, its causes, impact, and prevention. Despite the advancements in the healthcare, malaria continues to affect millions of lives every year, especially in remote and under-resourced regions. The theme for World Malaria Day 2025 is Malaria Ends With Us. Reinvest, reimagine, and reignite. Reinvest, reimagine, and reignite. Malaria ends with us. This is a theme for this year. World Health Organization, in collaboration with RBM Partnership to End Malaria and other global partners, is reinforcing the campaign to revitalize efforts at all levels, from international policy making to grassroots level communities. From international policy making to grassroots level communities. And the other important news that is coming up from China. China launches Shenzhou 20 mission to Chinese space station. Shenzhou 20. China sent 3 astronauts to its permanently inhabited space station on April 24th. In its 15th crewed space flight and the 20th overall in the Shenzhou program that started over 3 decades ago, China has launched 3 astronauts into space to replace the crew on the Chinese Tiangong space station, marking a further step in the country's ambitions for a crewed mission to the moon and explore the Mars. The Shenzhou 20 spaceship have took off from Long March 2F rocket yesterday, that is April 24th. Coming back, Indian Navy test fires air defense missile system in Arabian Sea from INS Surat. 2 days after brutal terror attack in Jammu Kashmir's Pahalgam, the INS Surat, the Indian Navy's warship, on April 24th, carried out a successful test firing of a medium-range surface-to-air missile, MR-SAM, medium-range surface-to-air missile, air defense missile system in the Arabian Sea. Next important news: Indian Air Force conducts exercise Akraman, led by Rafale jets amid rising India-Pakistan tensions. Exercise Akraman. The Indian Air Force on April 24th was carrying out major drills simulating attacks on mountains, ground targets. The drills involved the Indian Air Force mainstream fighter jets, and the fleets was led by Rafale combat aircraft. Notably, the Indian Air Force currently operates 2 squadrons of the Rafale aircraft, one based out of Ambala Air Base and other in the West Bengal. Indian Air Force conducted exercise Akraman, led by Rafale jets amid rising India-Pakistan tensions. Exercise Akraman. So, Indian Air Force is displaying its cutting-edge technology fighter jets. It is displaying its cutting-edge technology fighter jets and carrying out complex operations, including ground attack drills and electronic warfare drills. Next important news. As you all know, the Pope died few days back in Vatican City. Pope Francis, President Draupadi Murmu of India, to represent India at the funeral of Pope Francis. Pope represents 140 crore Roman Catholics in the world. That is 1,040 crores. That is 140 crores of Roman Catholics in the world. Roman Catholicism is a sect in Christianity, you all know that. Indian President Draupadi Murmu will attend the funeral of Pope Francis in Vatican City, according to the statement given by Ministry of External Affairs. Draupadi Murmu will pay a 2-day visit to the Vatican City today. She will start her visit today. President Murmu will be visiting Vatican City on April 25th and 26th to attend the state funeral of Pope Francis and offer condolences on behalf of Government of India. Pope Francis, who was the first non-European pope after 1300 years, died on Easter Monday. He was 88. The next important news: Iran signals willingness to hold nuclear talks with Europeans. Iranian foreign minister says he is ready to travel to Europe for talks on Tehran's nuclear program. And France has indicated that European powers are also ready for a dialogue with Iran if Iran is seriously engaged. Already you all know Iran is conducting talks with America. America and Iran are on talks. Now Iran said it is ready to conduct talks with Europe also. So coming back, there is an important news from Hindu newspaper. 12 killed in Russia's deadliest attack on Ukrainian capital city Kyiv. Russia pounded Kyiv with an hours-long barrage of missiles and drones on April 24th, killing at least 12 people in its deadliest assault on Ukrainian capital since July and drawing a rare rebuke of Moscow from American President Donald Trump, just as peace efforts were coming to a head. So, on the one side, Donald Trump is talking about peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, and the other side, Russia have attacked Ukraine in a deadly way, and 12 killed in Russia's deadliest attack on Ukrainian capital city Kyiv. This is a dangerous phenomena, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the terrorists, the attackers will be punished beyond their imagination. India should give a befitting reply, strong reply in their own language, not in our language, humanitarian language. India should give a reply in their own language. It's very, very important.